I like to talk about books as much as I love to read them. One of the books that can divide the self help era into two different parts, like AD and BC, is Seven Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. Stephen Covey, this book is always handy with me, and I always try to read it because I'm still reading it all the time. If you're looking for a way to be more effective in most aspects of your life, this book can surely help. In this book, Covey lays out seven different habits that will help you to be more productive, organized, and find out what success is for you, and accordingly help you to build a successful life. One of the most important things that I personally felt you can learn in this book is the prioritizing of your time. Covey stresses the need to focus on what's most important in your life and to let go of the things that are taking too much of your time and energy right now. You will also learn the importance of creating goals and taking action to your goals. This might be like a everyday thing that you might be listening, but Covey takes it on another level. Without a plan, it is easy to get sidetracked and never reach your full potential, all that you are aware about. But having a clear goal in mind, you can stay focused and achieve the things that you really want, and that's what the book focuses on. The habit one is mind blowing. It's called be proactive. Covey's first habit. This means taking responsibility of your own life and making choices that reflect your desired outcome. Being proactive requires you to be aware of your own thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, and take control of them in order to achieve your goal. It all means being assertive and taking action rather than waiting for things to happen, going on the field rather than waiting in the stand. This habit is important because it allows you to take control of your life and create the outcome you desire. It also helps you to avoid being reactive, which can lead to negative consequences. Now, this comes from Viktor Frankl's idea of logotherapy and his experience in concentration camps. That regardless of what are the situations that he was facing, he was able to negotiate them in a different way. This habit will help us take the control of our life and achieve our goals in a different way. I think this is one habit that I have been struggling a lot ever since I must have read this book like long back in the 90s. And I think it is one of the most demanding of all the habits that is there in this book. And it also will consume a lot of energy because you have to take the responsibility of everything that is happening around you, and that is, I think, is a very tough task. Then let's jump to habit 2. Habit 2 is to begin with the end in mind. This again is a very interesting habit because you have to know what end that you are looking forward to. So Covey says that, in fact, he urges that to begin with the end in mind. This habit is especially important when setting up your goals. By envisioning what you really want to achieve, you can have a better develop a plan for what really you want to achieve in your life. Covey offers many different helpful tips, like imagining that your funeral is going on and you already know what people are going to say about you, what you want them to say basically. Once you have a clear vision goal, you can develop or do a reverse engineering and make a plan that will lead to that goal. So if those things are good, it will lead to a good consequence. This habit can be applied to any area of your life, whether you are looking to improve your career, your relationship, your health, whatever it might be. If you have a goal at the end in your mind, accordingly, you will take reverse engineer and do the steps that will lead you there. By taking time to think about what you want to achieve, you will be able to most likely to reach your goal. Habit 3, putting first things first. In this book, Covey preaches or Covey talks more on the lines that the importance of putting first things first. He argues that if we focus on what's important to us, we will be more successful and fulfilled. Now, knowing what is important to us is the most, again, a tough task. Like, it is always said that it is most abnormal to really know what you want, and that is how it actually is. So Covey's third habit is like taking control of your time and prioritizing your time. He urges to take back step back and assess what is truly important to us, and only start putting first things first after that. Although it may seem a very difficult at first, Covey provides practical tips on how to make this habit a reality in our day-to-day lives. By following this simple advice, we can learn better to manage our time and achieve our goals in a different way. The habit number 4 is think win-win. Uh, this fourth habit is more like going from a private victory to the public victory. So now you are thinking more on the lines of how you are going to win with others and not against them. This habit is based on the belief that there is enough for everyone, and that it is possible for to find a solution that benefits all the parties that are involved. So it is not just thinking about yourself, but all the parties that are involved in a negotiation. To think win win, we must first develop an abundance mindset. This means believing that there is enough for everyone, that we can all prosper if we work together. With this attitude, we are more likely to see opportunities instead of threats, and we will be more open to finding creative solutions that benefit all of them or everyone who is involved in a particular project. When we think win-win, we are also more likely to build a relationship of trust and respect with others. This is because we are not trying to take advantage of them or something from them. Like, there is no hidden agenda. Instead, we are working together towards a common goal. Then, habit number 5, seeking first to understand and then to be understood. Many people go through a life without really taking time to listen to the others. Like right now, you're listening to me, hopefully, but there can be so many things that are already going on in your mind that you're not listening to me. They are so much focused on the own point of view that they are not bothered to see what the other person is saying. And this happens to me all the time. I'm so much in my head that I'm not listening to the other person. This can lead to misunderstanding, conflicts, and frustration. So habit 5 of this all 7 habits, first to be understood and then first to understand and then to be understood. This means that before you try to explain your point of view, you need to take time to truly understand the other person's position. Only then can you hope to effectively communicate. It's not a foolproof strategy. Don't expect that just because you have listened it will go across, but it is a kind of a, you can hope that it works or it communicates better. This habit, and trust me, this habit is not at all easy, but it is crucial if you really want to build strong relationships and achieve that kind of a connection with conversations. Habit 5 is something very, very important, especially if you are into networking, you are into marketing. This habit is a boon, trust me, and everyone is into marketing. Next habit is habit number 6, that is synergize. Synergize is to be truly effective. We really have to synergize with a lot of people. It all works well when we are recognizing the value of diversity. We synergize or bring together different people, ideas, or to create something greater than a sum of its part. This can be powerful tool in both our personal and our professional life. For example, let's say that you are working on a project at work. And if you can bring together a diverse team with different skill sets and perspectives, you will be much more likely to succeed than if you try to do it all by yourself, because you are also getting so many different points of view which are not available for you in your one lifetime. And that is the practical use of synergy. The same is true in your personal life. If you have a close group of friends who will share similar interest, that's great. They can also tell you and give you a point of view which you may not like, and sometimes they may not remain friends after that. Just kidding. So synergize as much as possible. And finally, the habit number 7: sharpening the saw. Sharpening the saw is like an habit which encircles all the 6 habits. Basic premise of this habit is that you must take care of yourself in order to be your best self and continuously upgrade yourself. It can be physical, mental, and emotional renewal that is needed all the time. Covey argues that most people operate in a reactive mode, and they are constantly putting out fires, responding to crisis, and this leaves no time and energy for us to take care of oneself. However, if we do not take time to sharpen the saw regularly, we will eventually become dull and effective and a useless tool. The good news is that even small amount of renewal can make a big difference. Just by reading a small book like this book can make a huge difference. Just a tiny leak in the ship, how the ship can fall or get down totally, something like that. So that doesn't not require to change the whole ship. You just have to plug that hole. Similarly, our renewal also requires some small steps or some small ideas that we need to take, and that will in turn help us to develop or reskill ourselves ongoingly. The seventh habit, sharpening the saw, is also talking about taking care of yourself. Self care becomes an important part in this, and it is very important to reskill and upskill and upgrade as much as possible, because that's the future. And this book was written in 1970s and it's so relevant still, because upgradation is always going to remain. Also, taking time for your exercise, taking time for your relaxation, having a continued learning chart or a map or something like that, which wherein you already know what you are going to learn, maybe in 2023, the next year that is going to come. So implementing the seventh habit can be challenging because there can be no time, no money, or no resources. But in the age of internet, I think at least knowledge is very easily available. What is more important for you is to bring them together. After reading and analyzing this book for so many times, I can surely recommend this book like several times. I just can't say that you must skip this book. No one should skip this book. However, the most important part ones are the time management part, effective communication, and taking responsibility of your own life by being proactive is unparalleled. The way he has given the examples, the way it is written, it's I think it's one of the most top notch books that are available when it comes to self help. And it's not just about being successful, it is also about knowing what success is for you. Let's say if you get everything and that is not what you want, it really does not matter. Also, prioritizing, being assertive, saying no to certain things, I learned it from this book. You don't have to say yes to everything, you don't have to do everything in your life. You can do things that really matter to you and put that energy and effort in those parts. So thank you so much for listening to the to my ideas about this book. But I would love if you can actually read this book and tell me more about your ideas about this book. Thank you.